What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. Right now, things are looking promising, you guys. Things are definitely looking like they want to go up. I want to say that I wasn't expecting this. I definitely wasn't expecting this. I was bearish down here. We had this little move up, relatively big for like what we've seen, but from bottom to top, it was 16%. That's not that little, I guess. But we saw this move up, and it was all driven on that fake ETF news for that was like pushed by Cointelegraph or something like that. And we haven't seen any bearish repercussions because of that. I was expecting us to go up a little bit higher like afterwards, but I didn't think that we'd do this. I didn't think that we would start looking like this. So right now, guys, I'm very what's the word? Hopeful. Not even hopeful, man. I'm more than hopeful. I'm like giddy. I'm excited to see this thing make a new high here. I think it will. If we're looking at the RSI on the daily, you can see that we're in the overbought zone. We kind of wrestled with it, right? The last couple days, we hit it, almost proved it as resistance, right? We had a little turnaround, but then we came up today. If today closes red, this in fact will be a rejection off of this, and we probably will come back down lower. If it closes green, that's all it takes. If it closes a little bit green, we will likely be in the overbought zone, let alone if it closes green higher than it is now, which we're at 250 right now, which is nice to see. The reason it's nice to see is, let's go back in time and just see like the last time that we were in the overbought zone. Technically, it was this day right here, this big green day right here. You got into the overbought zone on this day. And then from the closing point to the top, you went up 11.6%. If, let's say we closed here, because we technically, so technically got into it on this day, but we kind of rejected it. So I would really say, this day we were out of it. Today is the day that we're in it. Okay, so if today was to close at like this price, and we were to move at 11.6% higher, right, just like this last time, that would take us to about 280. Right? That's why I'm excited. That's why I think that it would be really cool to see this close in the overbought zone. A lot of people think, no, you don't want it to be overbought. That means it's going to turn around. No, you do want it to be overbought, man. You make your strongest moves when you're in the overbought zone. When you're showing your strongest readings, you're going to get your strongest moves. It just makes sense. And generally, when you get into your overbought zone, it's not over. Right, you tend to continue. Sure, if you bought once you got into the overbought zone, you're not going to buy the absolute low, of course not. But that's not the point, of this. It's not to tell you to buy or sell the absolute low or absolute top. It's really to kind of gauge if it's going to continue or if it's potentially finding turbulence. Let's go back here, right? Another perfect example where you weren't in the overbought zone on this day. The very next day you were. If you bought here at the closing day, no, you did not catch the low. In fact, you caught like 30-40% higher than that, but it continued afterwards. It continued a lot more afterwards, right? You stayed in the overbought zone for a while. The first day is normally not the worst day, man. It's the beginning of the best days to come is what it is. Same thing with the oversold zone, generally, but not always, right? Let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Here, first day you got into the oversold zone, and then you continued for 2 more days afterwards. Sometimes you get into the oversold zone or at the oversold zone, and then you as soon as you get there, you get out as well. Same thing with the overbought zone. It doesn't have to continue like that, but just generally speaking, I would expect that we would continue higher. And the reason I'm emphasizing on this so much is because I think it is important to pay attention to where this will close. Now, this is a different RSI than most people use. I feel like most people use a 14 or a 12 or maybe even like higher than that, but 10 is what I use. And if you find significance on yours, cool, but it won't. It might not be. Let's see, if it's on the 12, I don't even think you're overbought right now, right? Oh no, you are. That's nice. Maybe the 14. 14 you're not, right? So you could close here and you could have that bullish look on the 10 without that like bullish look on the 14, though the 14 does look pretty bullish too. But I like to use 10. That's just personally what I've found to work better for me. I feel like it's like what's the word I'm looking for? It's just faster. And of course it's faster. It's got less, less candles to average out, but I just feel like it's faster. I don't know how else to explain it. That's why I use it. But again, the reason I would be excited for this overbought, it would probably mean that we get some continuation. And where's that continuation going to go? Well, from top to bottom here, we could look to see prices go to the 1272 to the 1618, anywhere from about 271 to 292. Sounds about right to me, man. We held this higher low structure, right? I did not expect that we'd hold this low here, right? I definitely said that we could, but I think I said plenty of times that I was expecting to break this low, not expecting to break this low. But all in all, I would say that what we've done is like just kind of holding this trend line right here, right? So looking good, probably looking to go up to this trend line now, something like that. Maybe it's like this, maybe it's like this, I don't know, but that would take us, over the coming days. That'd be up at like 280 as well. So that lines up with a lot of things that we're looking at. So be prepared, guys. Green dragons are flying. I'm definitely excited to see this, and it might go up more. It might not go up as much. The area that I'm looking for right now personally is this 270 to 292 area. Maybe we go up there, come back down to about 250 where we are now, and then continue higher. Maybe we go up even higher than the 1272 up to the 1618, or even higher than that, and then we find support on one of these levels and then build from there. All in all, I think this is the beginning of a much more beautiful story, and this is going to take us above this high, and we can start looking at longer term time frames and price projections for that. From top to bottom here, our minimum fib extension would be at $400, just below $400, right? And then the maximum of like the expected fib extension would be $507. So somewhere in this range is where I think we could go by the end of the year. If things keep up at this rate, man, if things, like we continue to move up like this, it really could be by the end of the year, if not sometime in the first quarter of next year. But we're on our way up. This move all the way, like up to here, I think we're in the works for this right now. I think that's what's happening. I don't think that we're gonna go lower than this low, or like have like some kind of like major like just drought of sidewaysness. I think we're cooking right now, guys. We're cooking it up. We've got the cake in the oven, and we're letting it bake right now. So when it's time to take it out, it's gonna do great things, really great things. Anyways, that's all I got for you. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Weekly RSI, man, it's just so bullish. Like look at how just bullish, absolute bullish, man. Daily RSI, bullish. 4-hour RSI, so strong, so ridiculously strong, man. It looks great. Yeah, very resilient Bitcoin Cash. And look at this volume, right? It's not a whole lot of volume, to be fair, but this volume right here, it's pretty comparable to this spike here, and we're moving up. We got 3 hours, 24 minutes left. I'd really be curious, man. Let's see how today closes. I could be wrong. Everything I'm saying as far as the bullish stuff goes, that could be completely wrong, and that would be proven to be wrong if we close today red. If we close today red, then instead we've rejected the overbought zone. Totally different look, because now we have a high here, we'll have a lower high here, and ultimately a high with, I guess it's not a higher high. I don't know. Still though, it wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good, and we would probably go back down, maybe to form a higher low, or even lower than that. It's possible for that, but I don't know. Hopefully we see a green dragon close today. If not, if it's a red day, might be a different story on tomorrow's video. But if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Watch for that. Watch for the overbought zone. Watch for the green close. Let's see how the day closes before we get too bullish. But I'm excited, man. The 4-hour really does look bullish. The weekly looks very, very bullish. The daily, like everything's set up right for this thing to just go higher. So with that, I leave you. Take care. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.